I'm Tiglalia Nawak. I'm from the Mexica movement. I'm originally from LA, South Central, Watts, Compton. Recently moved over to the Anaheim area. Same shit. We deal with police brutality. As indigenous people, we've been dealing with this type of brutality for 500 years. And I hate how the media is covering this. They're not talking about race. This is about race. I don't care how much socioeconomic and poor systems. This is white terrorism. We're dealing with a case of white terrorism. They do not treat white kids like that in Anaheim. White kids, I see them every day walking on lawns, chilling on lawns, sitting on lawns, eating on lawns. This is a brown and black child walking on the lawn of a white man's house. Oh my goodness, bring out the gun. This guy's from LAPD, from my hometown. This is what's going on. We're looking at white terrorism. And for the white people here that you understand privilege and you understand white supremacy, come out to the streets. We need to see you. Because nowadays I am confused. I am confused who's with us and who's against us. Because now is the time for you, whatever shade of color you are, to join people of color. Because us, we have been suffering this terrorism, police brutality, and I understand when people say, fuck the police. But this is more than the police. The police are just agents of white supremacy sent out to control our communities and to keep us participating in our own genocide. So let's look at this historically. This is white terrorism. And as indigenous people, as black people, as people of color throughout this planet, we have been under this terrorism for 5 centuries. And this young brother, 13 years old, being described by the actual media as a man, this 13-year-old man, completely stripping him of his childhood, completely stripping him from the fact that he's a teenager. So we need to look at this and bring it to the table. I'm not going to get tired of saying this. This is white terrorism. We need to stop white terrorism, especially if you're white and you work with this LAPD and APD and our teachers in our schools. How many of our kids have walked out because their own white teachers are not backing them up? Now is the time to stand up. We have Trump in the office in the White House, and this is a trickle-down effect of white supremacy in our own neighborhoods. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Anybody else? Sarah Handel.
Evolves. So you're all here, you're all part of it, right? More people are coming from Anaheim. Once we get a group together, we'll decide what we're going to do. We'll raise our voice, and that's what we'll do. But what we will not do is endanger our children, right? What we will not do is risk the safety of our children, right? There was some shit that went on the other night that, like I said, I'm not going to talk down on it. I'm not going to disrespect anybody whose anger is righteous, but we don't fuck around like that. And I do speak freely. First Amendment is why I do speak freely, but we don't fuck around like that, all right? We can be strong, we can be powerful, we can make sure our message is delivered, and everybody still go home and go to work or go to school tomorrow. Because everybody who engaged in a little bit of violence and a little bit of social unrest the other night, they got some serious fucking problems right now, and they're out of the game.
Doesn't help us.
Right, are you here to be a long-term soldier, a long-term warrior against this type of injustice? Then we need to maintain collective discipline. We need to look out for each other. We need to stay strong. That doesn't mean, you know what, we shut down the streets. When we get out there, we march. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with civil disobedience. There's nothing wrong with taking it into your hands so you can be heard, right? Just don't lose the message, right? Because remember, especially here in Anaheim, the fucking media is watching and waiting, and they don't give a shit about our message, man, right? The other night, we held space for about 3.5 hours. We marched in the streets, we shut down Euclid and Ball, right? We had an intersection at our command, right? All in the name of fighting against police terror, right? Fighting against bully cops. But when you turn on the news, right? When I got home, all I saw was broken windows and spray paint. Because that's all they want. You understand? They don't want to tell our story. Especially here, when Disney owns ABC and the Anaheim Police Department.
Yeah, that's true.
So how the hell are you going to get the truth told by ABC in Anaheim when Disney decides what the narrative is?
F Disney.
Okay? And I've seen it many, many times here in Anaheim where good people come together to make a statement, to have their voices heard, only to have it shoveled under the rug, right? Because somebody chose to break a window or spray paint. And like I said, I'm not telling you not to do that. I'm not here to fucking police you. But I'm telling you what's going to work, right? I've been in this game since 2011. Right? I've stayed in this game. I've been arrested in the street. I've been stopped. They've tried to arrest me in the street and I got away. right? I've been in this game. I stayed in this game since 2011 by maintaining my discipline. I got a dead homie. Trust me, I'm fucking mad. I'm just as mad today as I was October 22nd, 2011 when they took him from me.
October 22nd?
I'm just as fucking mad. That's right, brother. That's the National Day of Police Brutality. That's the day they killed my homie, right? I'm just as fucking mad. I miss Michael Snyder just as much today as the day I found out he was gone, okay? And I'm just as fucking mad, and the cops who killed him need to pay. But I'm in this for the long haul. You understand? And every single one of us that really gives a shit
All right, people,
needs
share
to
the
be in
video,
this for the
share
long
this
haul,
video. We're in
right?
Anaheim
So
police
let's get
station.
organized.
Come
This is
down
what
right
we're here to
now.
do today, right? Like I said,
Come down.
you know why the numbers are small right now? Because we got a crowd coming from Santa Ana, right? Ernesto Canepa was killed in Santa Ana, right? Sitting in his car, shot by 6 Santa Ana police officers. Wasn't doing anything wrong, right? Didn't commit a crime. Wasn't wanted. Didn't have warrants, right? But he was a Mexican in public, enjoying his own time, okay? And now he's gone. So there's an entire movement over there that's coming, right? So what we got to do right now is just like everybody kind of get to know each other, right? Everybody get to get comfortable. Because again, what we're going to do today, right? What we're going to do, we're going to get the sound system. We'll have the people's mic out here. We'll have some music. We'll have some speaking. And anybody that wants to speak is welcome to speak, right? This is people power. I'm sorry, I don't mean to have my backs on you guys, right? Please understand, right? When the mic shows up, when the mic shows up, when the music shows up, it's a people's mic, right? It's a people's mic. The only thing we say is like I said the other day, okay? Now, normally when we have the people's mic, have at it, all right? But every once in a while, someone will get up there and they'll be like, you know, the cops aren't that bad, and you know, we need to really pray for the, people should be more concerned about the children in the neighborhood than the officers, right? You try to get up on the mic, talk that shit today. We're gonna turn the mic off. You're gonna have to use your own voice. That's it, all right? I don't have a mic right now. I'm using my own voice. But when the mic shows up, it's hard. You guys get it? We're here together. Thank you for being here. Look, you guys are here to defend the youth. You guys are here to defend the youth, to empower the youth, right? To raise the voices of the youth. So let's make sure we do that today.
I think what I want to add in, good evening, everybody. I'm a Orange County resident, born and raised in Orange County. And so this is my community, this is my home, this forever will be my home. And being here that we are today is that because knowing that the sun will go down, is that we are here because we need to start the marches. We need to start sending the message because the media has sent the message of blaming these youth. They have even sent the message of blaming
Police are. 4.5 years ago, my son was murdered here in Anaheim on Anna Drive, and I don't know if any of you remember that. The riots that happened, the uprising for 10 days after my son was murdered. The reason I'm here today, number one, I want to know, no raising hands, but are any of the parents of those children that were victims here on that day? Any parents? If there's not any parents, or if you know the parents of the kids that were there that day, those parents need to come to this facility and put a record of what happened that day on their children, that they were bullied, that they were terrorized, that they could have been hit by that bullet.
Yes.
The parents need to come here and make a report. That's something that's so important. If every one of those parents came here and made a report on that officer, right now it's like, oh, nobody's reporting that, nobody cares. But you know what? There are people that do care. We care about the children. We care about their safety. We care that they can walk home without being harassed. And so what if a kid steps on the grass? If you don't want him to step on your grass, build a fence. That would solve it, right? But that Ferguson intentionally went out that day with the gun in his pants. He pre-planned this. It's premeditated. It wasn't just a spur of the moment. He waited for those kids to come by. He waited for them to step on the grass. He started that altercation. So my thing is that I don't know how many people can or cannot, but every night show up at Ferguson's house and tell him to move the hell out. Move out, Ferguson! out Ferguson! Move out Ferguson! Move out Ferguson! Thank you.